Hey everybody, it's Carrie from Stamp with CT. Hope you're having a good day. We are getting an incredible thunderstorm just in the last few minutes. And I say we because Dale, the crafty husband, is here with me today.
Howdy.
I had an appointment that he was in with me for. Did you click on that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then just scroll down a little bit. Oliver the crafty pup is in the other room though because... not that far. Because he was barking at the weather. So we're glad you're here. I'm going to give it a minute to see if anybody is able to join us live. Otherwise, if you're catching the replay, happy to have you here as well. I know a lot of y'all watch the replay, and we sure do appreciate that. But it's fun having people live and engaging with us, and we're working on trying to get the video pulled up so maybe we can see comments too. We'll see.
What am I doing wrong?
You just are not a user of Facebook. That's what you're doing wrong. So welcome on in. If you are getting a storm, we hope you are staying safe. We hope that everything works out. We may just abandon that because that's distracting. We hope that you're staying safe because it's a pretty ferocious storm, isn't it? All right.
Go.
So we have got a fun video, I think, for you today. It's not going to be our typical video. We're not actually going to be creating a card together, but we do have a couple samples we want to show you. And we are standing at the ready to do some crafting with you. So last week we talked about the two-tone cardstock from Stampin' Up with the white core, and we did a fun technique where we tore the paper so you could see that white core, and then we also cut the paper using our trimmer and the piercing tool from the Take Your Pick tool, and created a really pretty project, masculine project. And today we're going to use the white core, the two-tone with the white core cardstock as well. Now, I just have that in a couple of colors. I've got Pool Party and Old Olive. When our new catalog comes out in May, next week is May, we will have lots of different colors from our color families to choose from. But for right now, this is what we have. And so today what we're going to be doing is actually using embossing folders to dry emboss with this cardstock. And I'm hoping that that will show up a little bit. I'll kind of move it around. The Pool Party is very, very light and just very subtle. But you can tell a lot more with the Old Olive, the effect that that gives. Let me bring it down just a little bit. The effect that that gives with the Old Olive. And then I'll show you. You get a little bit of that where the white core comes through as you emboss. But then we also have a technique to bring that image out even more. So we also are featuring a new ribbon from the upcoming catalog. And I'll have Dale tell us the name of that in just a minute. It's got gold stripes through it. Beautiful. You mind telling us, Dee, the name of it?
It says gold striped.
Gold striped. Well, that was easy, wasn't it? Exactly a description of the ribbon. Gold striped ribbon. So I shouldn't have any problem remembering that. So
no funny name, right?
Using that on this card. Okay. And then we're also using the holographic gems. And these are just so beautiful and so awesome.
They add some shine.
They do, don't they? So I think they show up a little better on the Old Olive. But so, so pretty. So let me move these out of the way for just a minute, and we'll talk a little bit about some other products that we're using. Now, this is a new stamp set that will be coming in the new catalog, or it could be an online exclusive. We're really working on trying to learn all of these new products, the names, and whether they're in the catalog, online exclusive. But either way, beautiful stamp set and an embossing folder that coordinates with it. And this is one we're going to use today. These are products that we're going to be using in our after party as well on the 17th. So if you have not seen the information about that, you can hop over to the events tab on my Stamp with CT Facebook page, and you can find out all about that, how you can get involved. And then we've got some other embossing folders that we pulled out because we're going to emboss with you and show you this cool technique today. Okay, I'm going to put this one on the bottom. How's that sound?
Okay.
We'll move that stamp set, and we're going to go ahead and bring in our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine.
Okay.
And then some of the things that we need to go with it. So does that look good, Dee?
Looks good.
So we have our platform. That's
Okay.
going to pick up okay in camera?
Yes.
Okay, we have our platform. Now, typically you have a shim that you put down next. We don't need this shim at all when we are embossing.
It's for cutting, right?
Yes. And then we need one cutting pad.
Okay.
That's only for that last embossing folder. Let's go this way instead.
Okay.
Because the first embossing folders we're using are 3D. We have a special gray platform or plate that you use with the platform and the embossing folder with the paper. That's all you need. So let's go ahead.
You gonna hand me one of those strips of paper?
We'll go ahead and start with the eyelet embossing folder. This is one that we have used so many times and we absolutely love. So we'll have Dale place that paper in our eyelet embossing folder and close it up.
Okay.
Now, the 3D embossing folders, they're a little thicker than the regular embossing folders, so that's how we know we need this gray plate. We're going to just set that on our platform. And in most instances, you want to have the fold of your embossing folder going in first and kind of taking, the brunt
Right.
of the pressure.
to
You
try
want
to-
to crank it through, Dee?
So that it helps work into the wedge quicker and easier.
The wedge.
Yeah, well, that's what I call it. Because if you,
Okay, what are we talking about?
when you get the two,
Run it back through. Okay.
when you get the plate out ahead of where the edge of the embossing folder is, it drops down just a little bit and it makes it like a wedge to go
Okay.
in there, and it helps ease things in. And if you have that double stack of the embossing plate or the embossing folder,
So we'll
it makes
show
it
them.
thicker.
They're offset just a tiny bit. So your pad is pushed back from your plate. So that helps you crank it through. That's what you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay. So let's take this one out. We'll take our eyelet out. And we get just a little bit of the white core. We'll set that
cool.
aside. Okay. We will go ahead and move on to our next
corrugated.
mini corrugated embossing folder. This is a 3D embossing folder. And so it's a little bit confusing when it says mini. The mini part refers to the corrugation. It's not a mini folder. The corrugation is closer together, smaller.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll bring our platform back around. Put the
Embossing.
And this one is as wide as your platform, so you want to make sure you get everything lined up well, because you can damage your folders as you run them through if you're not careful. Now with this white core paper, I'm running it through and then back, mainly because I want to make sure that I'm exposing that white core. So that's why Dale ran it through and then he's sending it back. Okay.
Sorry about the earthquake.
That is what it is. Real life crafting with our train coming through, our storm outside. You want to bring that back so they can see it for just a second?
Sure. Can we
Get
get
in a hurry, huh?
Yeah, I'm getting a hurry.
So
Hurry
a
up,
little bit
hurry
of the
up.
white shows through, but we're going to work on that. We have a technique.
Okay.
Put our platform back on. And then what's the next one you
Swirl.
brought in? So swirly?
So swirly. Yep.
Okay.
That's one of those big ones.
Yes, so the oversized embossing folders. Now this one is not a 3D. So we're going to change up our sandwich a bit. So we're going to put our platform, one cutting pad,
Okay.
then our folder with our paper inside,
Okay.
and then another cutting pad.
Okay.
Okay, now we can send it through. And we'll send it back again. We just wanted to give you a variety of embossing folders, and you know, this We've only used a couple so far, so this will be an experiment for us too. All right?
All right.
Okay, you want to show
Sure.
that one right quick, Dee?
Oh, that's kind of where it's got really tight right in here.
Mm-hmm.
It
Showed a
really
lot of the white core.
Showed quite a bit of white
Okay.
core. Okay.
All right, we'll keep on going. We've got this last embossing folder, and it is called, oh, what is it called?
Pressed flowers.
Pressed flowers. And y'all, look at the image on the front. It's just so pretty. And so you'll notice when I show the samples again that I ran it through 2 different ways. We did it in portrait and landscape because, like, this is the top of the embossing folder, but the image is actually running this way. And now while we're at it, let's talk a little bit too. Sometimes people wonder which is the embossed and debossed. So which is the raised image and the flat image when you run through with an embossing folder. What I love about Stampin' Up is the logo here. That's the front of your folder. You also have lines on either side of the Stampin' Up logo, and that can help you line it up, line your paper up inside. Okay. I'll lose my other
Well, they're both
plate.
here.
They're both there? Oh, sorry. We'll put that back under that other cutting pad, and we'll run that one through.
Mm.
Is that tighter?
Mm-hmm.
So I know you guys have a variety of embossing folders. That's part of the reason why we wanted to do several. Of course, this is a new one that is not yet available for customers, but it will be next week.
Then that one opened up quite a bit too.
Did it? Okay, awesome. Now, I don't know what that is.
That's it's our mint tape.
Oh, our mint tape for holding on to guys. Okay. So, we've got lots of different... So I just wanted to show you right quick how we ran that last one through the different orientations. And then when we cut down this cardstock to get these 5 1/4 by 4 panels, we ended up with these pieces of scrap. So this would be really fun to go ahead and emboss, maybe cut in half, do the same technique, but then put these under your sentiment strips as well. So you want to save all those little pieces. Okay. All right, you ready for the magic, Dee?
What?
The next thing that we need, let's start with one at a time,
Okay.
is a Swiffer duster,
Okay.
or a damp paper towel works well also, because we're going to make a little bit of a mess as we're going here.
Okay.
So what we want to do is grab our sanding block. Now somewhere in this craft room I have a sanding block, and could I find it? No. So Dale was kind enough to bring me in this one, from your shed, from your work shed. And so this is a foam with the sandpaper around it, 2 different, what is that called? Grids? Grits?
Grits.
Oh, okay. I thought it was grid. I don't know.
Grid is the square, like the Cartesian plane.
Okay.
And
So
grit-
2 different grits of sandpaper. So that just means one will sand more than the other side. So we're going to give both sides a try. But in the process of doing that, we're going to get little pieces of cardstock all over the place. So that's why I like to use the Swiffer duster to kind of keep that under control. Okay, you want to give it a try? You want me to show you?
No, go for it.
Okay.
Show them what we're doing.
This is the
Rougher
the softer side. So let's start with this. And I'm just going to use a circular motion. And you do want to be kind of gentle. That helping to expose some of that.
Yep.
And so you can kind of see what that exposes. We'll dust that off just a tiny bit. And then I think I flipped it over.
Yep.
And now I'll use the side that's a little bit coarser, more coarse. I guess that's the proper way to say that. And I like to use a circular motion to start with, and then kind of work my way out. What do you think?
Yeah, that's coming together. I like the way that it.
So we're just exposing that white core. And so you can do as little or as much as you want to. That's kind of crazy looking, isn't it? And it depends on where you put it in your embossing folder as well. So I do kind of dust off my piece of cardstock and then also my workspace. Okay? You like that? Or did you keep going?
I'd probably keep going, but...
I'll let you do... How about you do corrugated? You want to try that? We'll see how it does. This may be interesting trying to do it.
I'm going to start with the rubber side first.
Okay.
We can put it back, right?
Put what back?
The paper back.
No, you cannot.
What?
It working?
Yeah. It wants to fold up on me.
Yeah. So you just have to be patient, a little bit at a time. You don't want to get all crazy. Crazy in the craft room. But that just really gives you that distressed look, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
That's really fun. I like that. Okay, let's go ahead and let's do this one last. Let's go ahead and do this one too.
The eyelet?
Yeah.
All right.
That eyelet embossing folder, I think that one's going to look really good.
I'm going to start with the soft side.
Okay. Let me know if you guys have done this before. What do you think?
That's cute.
I think I'd go for it a little bit more.
You want to see some more?
Sure.
Okay.
And then it would be cool, like you could even tear your edges if you wanted to. Expose some more of that white core. Just a cool technique, I think. I really like that one. Okay, let's wipe this one off a tiny bit.
Okay.
See what I'm talking about with all the little fibers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Now this one is really cool because it kind of helps that image pop off the page. Pressed flowers is what it's called.
I'm going to work on it from the bottom side.
That's okay. You're kind of revealing the image, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine y'all can hear the storm. It's settling down a little bit, though. Y'all stay safe out there.
I like it.
Isn't that pretty? That is just really, really gorgeous. Okay, let's clean them up a little bit.
So that's what we made the card fronts with, right?
It is. So that gives you some idea, kind of what you can do with your two-tone cardstock from Stampin' Up. And remember, with the new catalog, almost all the colors, if not all, in our lineup are going to be available in this two-tone cardstock. I just think this is a really neat technique, and it gives you some versatility with this product to have that in your stash. And now this cardstock is 12 by 12, and I believe you get 10 sheets in each package. Clean that off just a little bit, and we'll go ahead and bring our samples back in just to show you once again how that worked. Very simple cards, but they really make a statement. So I thought this would be a great technique to use for a sympathy card. A lot of times we can struggle with those, and they just need to be simple, straightforward, very elegant. So this does lend itself to that. What else, Dee? I think that corrugated would make a really, really fun masculine card too.
Absolutely.
Okay, let me share with you a little bit of happy mail that I received. First up, we're going back to Easter. We forgot to show, or I forgot to show, a couple of Easter cards that we received.
It's a shaker.
It is. That's from Lisa McGraw, and it is absolutely adorable, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I love shaker cards. I'm not good at making them, but I love getting them, and you just can't help.
No, you can't.
You can't help it. It's so fun. And then this Easter card came from Cheryl. And that is absolutely stunning, isn't it?
Yes.
So lovely. She did a beautiful job on that.
Okay.
So thanks, Cheryl. I forgot to show those Easter cards last week. Sorry about that. And then we got a card from Candy. one of
And her granddaughter, right?
Yes, and her granddaughter Caitlin. They stayed up all night, y'all, making this card. Is that not the cutest?
It's
a shaker card too.
It's a popcorn.
It's so cute.
Street vendor.
So they stayed up. I think they were breaking the rules, which is awesome. But they stayed up and made cards all night. They were telling us about this card that had so much detail to it. And then we got it in the mail, which was just amazing. So thanks, Candy and Caitlin. We love it. And I have one more thing I want to share with you. Recently, my awesome, amazing friend Karen came from Florida to visit us. And she brought presents, y'all. And one of the presents that she brought is called, I want to call it an exploding envelope. It's a loaded envelope. So I'm just going to kind of turn this different ways so you can get a feel for just how awesome this project is. Oops, I'm dumping stuff out. So this is not exactly how it came loaded. I've taken some of the things out. There were pixie sticks in here. Dale also got a couple little things, and so I've tucked those in the envelope too, just to kind of keep everything together until I showed it to you. So this was so much fun to unpack. So let's start. You want to start at the back, Dee?
Sure.
And take some of the things. There was a little face mask in there.
Bingo card on a flamingo.
Look at those little tags that she made. So cute. But there was a face mask in there too. I've taken it out.
Some clips.
Yes.
From Stampin' Up.
These she got it on stage, and wasn't that sweet that she shared those with me?
Yes.
There's this big giant paper clip, and not only did she make this awesome loaded envelope, she made these flowers, and she was telling us that she cut each piece, sprayed it with alcohol before she crushed it up, and so that's how you get that cool effect. Isn't that beautiful?
She's got some wax seals in here.
Yes, they're so cool. But each little envelope
is loaded.
Yes, is loaded too. Okay, what else we got? Got a little keychain that she included. That's really fun. We've got bone folders. Did one of them fall out? I'm not sure where the other one went. But she personalized bone folders for us. And of course has the orange representing Florida. Let's see what this little envelope has.
That's a cute
little card.
Right.
Isn't that adorable?
Yeah.
And then we've got another envelope with a cute little card.
Nice.
If I can open it up. And so she also, you guys, not only made these, but she used brand new product that she had ordered. When you go to on stage or convention, demonstrators that do that, they get to order early. And she ordered early and then shared this brand new product with us. So this is one of the new papers. I wish I could say the name, but I don't remember. Another one with a cute little card inside. Oops, I have that one wrong.
No, we got this. She's got the side on
So
the opposite
cute.
the way we normally do it.
I think that's everything, but that will give you a little bit.
Oh, there's your bone folder down there.
Down there. Yes, mine is also personalized. Is that not awesome? She is just amazing. So this folds flat when it's not stuffed with goodies. So cool. So cool. Never seen anything quite like this before. So thank you so much, Karen. I keep forgetting to show you guys that she made that for us. And she, I believe, found instructions for this over on Pinterest. So if you're looking for something like this to create, and I'll double check with her. If that's not correct, then I will let you know. Okay, what else, Dee? Next week when I see you, because Dale will be at work next week. Next week when I see you, we will have a brand new Stampin' Up! Catalog that's gone live. So that will be really fun, and we'll use even more new products. Okay, great to have you with me today.
Thank you.
All right.
It's good to be here.
See y'all later.
Bye.